I'm Charlotte, and welcome to Building Thomas the Tank Engine in Live Steam. Kit Bash, Part 12. The face that was seen painted in darker gray in episode 11 had time to cure, and now we'll paint the face in a lighter shade of gray/white. The eyes and eyebrows, of course, have yet to be painted, and the shading will ultimately need a bit of touch-up. There will be a few different faces made for this particular live steam Thomas, including different facial features. This lighter paint shade being applied is being brushed on to ensure an accurate touch-up on the overall foundation. We can't help but notice a similarity in our model and the facial circumference to the Thomas in the Railway series, Tank Engine Thomas again. The running board's height also resembles characteristics of the Thomas in the Railway series. We went into this project with little focus on dating this locomotive to any one specific year, but rather focus our limited time on the components that have stayed with Thomas over the years, as well as functionality being an actual working live steam locomotive. Painting the blue cab steps and red running board trim is the first on the list in order to let the parts dry before installation. Setting the running board trim in place will help give a clear indicator as to how the slope siding and back end will be cut. We measured the piece of sheet metal in order to cut out a panel for the trim pieces. Tracing the first trim pieces will help achieve a uniform fit. Here, we'll drill out the holes in order to secure the slope trim to the existing running board trim. We'll drill center marks and take off the trim to drill out the final holes. Evan decided to hand trace the back end dip of the newly designed E2 class shape, and from there, he'll cut out the metal pieces. He'll smooth out any rough edges by dremeling the surfaces, including the rounded shapes. Filing will take place to smooth out the individual pieces. From here, we'll attach the newly manufactured pieces to the final red trim and paint the assembly. Now we'll focus our attention to the functional tanks that will hold the water. In this stage, we're attaching the tank water line to the axle pump. Taking off the connecting rods will help gain access to the axle pump line fitting. Installing the grate and ash pan while the locomotive is on its side will help determine if there will be any disruptions in the firing process. So far, everything seems to fit as it should with smooth accuracy regarding the motion. This rare and hopefully last time shot of Thomas on his side reveals his pistons and/or inner cylinders, eccentrics, axle pump, running gear, etc. Now we'll attach the plumbing on the bottom left-hand side of the tank that routes to the hand pump and bypass feed. We'll take this time to attach the functional left-hand side tank as well as the connecting rods back onto the drivers. The blue footplates will now be installed to the red trim. From there, we'll install the trim to the running boards.
The running board trim was a big achievement as far as appearance. Pretty happy with the outcome, and learned something new every time I'm working on live steam. But for the most part, the trim helped out the structural integrity of the locomotive, while maintaining a smooth motion throughout the engine. The red trim really helps cinch up a lot of components, such as the slope, the running board, the splashers, and ultimately the body. I say functional tanks because these are the tanks that are going to hold water in order to create steam. They're placed as seen underneath the cosmetic tanks right here. There's a few more components that will need to be massaged, but I'm looking forward to the cab, body, cosmetic tanks, etc. in regards to ultimately helping the finished locomotive. Please leave any questions or comments below, and we'll be sure to get right back to you. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to getting you episode 13 here very soon.